Namaste, beloved community. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad to be here with you. I missed you all so much last week, and I am so glad that you have joined me today. It is an incredible time on the planet right now. So much energies and so much supportive energies with the planets. How have you used this full moon in Aquarius, this blue moon in Aquarius, the second moon in Aquarius? How have you used that energy to transform? It's very supportive for transformation. It's very supportive for awakening. It's very supportive for peeling back the layers, for claiming who you are, for looking at your life and what no longer serves you and what to release. Hi, Mindy. Thanks for being here. And everybody else that's here. Whenever you see this video is the right time for you. So I want you to think about what you are releasing in your life that no longer serves, and what you are calling in. What are you wanting to create? What life are you wanting to create? Because it is up to you to create the life that you want. You are a co-creator. You are part of the divine. You are part of God. You are spirit having a physical experience. And we are all connected, which is why it's so important to mind our thoughts and our actions. Because when we lash out at someone, loved one or not, we are actually hurting ourselves because we're all connected. Hi, Angel. Thanks for being here. I love this community, and I am so grateful for it. I love Sheree and Kira, and I am so grateful that I found them and that they are my mentors, and they help me keep on track or get back on track. And I'll be honest, I got off track. I got distracted. I allowed summer and life and traveling to distract me from my inner work, from my goals, from putting together my plans. And I got to have a conversation with Kira a couple days ago, who reminded me who I am and what's truly important. And what's truly important is that I live life according to me, my rules. It's my life. Not that we ever want to intentionally hurt someone. And sometimes setting boundaries is the hardest thing in the world to do, right? It's hard, especially with loved ones, especially if we have been in a dysfunctional relationship with someone and we've been codependent, we've been enabling, we've been not living our authentic life, we've been playing small, we've been not doing what we want to do out of fear of being rejected, fear of being criticized, fear of being condemned, fear of being called all sorts of names. I want you to know you can't get it wrong. You are part of the divine. You are part of God. You have the answers within you. And you are the most important person in your life. Yes, our family is so important. Our spouses or significant others are so important. And it's important that we pay attention to how we are interacting and the words that we're saying with them. Absolutely. But ask yourself, I shouldn't say but. My daughter reminded me that that negates what you just said. So cancel that. I'm trying to, it's a habit. And I am trying to get away from that. She said, say and instead, Mom. So, and you of all people deserve your love, unconditional love. Are you going to make mistakes? Absolutely. Do I make mistakes? Absolutely. I then brush myself off, look for the blessing, look for the lesson, and step forward. Hopefully, a better person, hopefully, more closer to living the life that I want and being the kind of person that I want. What kind of an example are you for your family, whether you have kids or not? Are you living your authentic life? Are you taking a stand for what you believe in? Even if they don't agree, even if they don't understand, even if they don't condone or support you? Do you have the courage to live your authentic life? I know it's scary. I know it's hard. Glennon Doyle has a great podcast right now on boundaries. And she talks about how it's not easy. You set boundaries and people are going to resist. People are going to get ugly. People are not going to be happy because you're changing, because you're setting healthy boundaries for you. And no one has to agree. No one has to understand. You came here, and I'm so glad you're here. You came here with unique set of gifts and talents that the world needs. No one else can do it for you. No one else can do your personal work. No one else can do, it's like thinking somebody can go work out for you and you can have the body that you want, right? It's not going to happen. You have to do your own workout to be healthy physically. Hi, Rosemary. Thank you. You have to do your own work on your physical body. Same thing with your mental body. Same thing with your spiritual body. Same thing with your emotional body. And if you are finding yourself getting over the top angry, seeing red, responding totally inappropriately to something, step back and ask yourself, what is really going on? Because chances are 90% of the time, it's not that situation. It's pushing some buttons of some trauma that you're holding on to. It's pushing the buttons and putting you back in that victim triangle. The victim triangle, if you don't know what that is, it's victim, rescuer, and abuser. And it goes round and round and round. Well, triangle, 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 from point to point to point. And we do that to ourselves. How many times do you catch yourself doubting yourself? How many times have you had a thought, an inspiration, and you told yourself it's not possible? I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have the talents for that. I don't have enough knowledge for that. How many times do you limit yourself? Many times, if you're like me, and I'm not blaming society. I'm not blaming my family of origin. It's understanding the conditioning that I had, that I was conditioned to think that women were subservient, that women were not as smart or strong as men, that women were not supposed to use their brains in the way that men do. We weren't supposed to run Fortune 500 companies. We weren't supposed to have a family and a successful career. Our successful career was supposed to be having babies and being married and supporting our man. And if that's what you choose, if that's what makes you happy, more power to you. I am not in any way condemning anyone that chooses that lifestyle. It's like Shereen and Kira talk about. If you want to ascend, if you want to awaken, you have to let go of some of these older limiting beliefs. And if you don't want to let go of them, if you're comfortable where you are, then make the most of it. Then do it to the best of your ability. No matter what you're doing, do it authentically from a pure heart of love and acceptance for yourself and those involved. Show grace and kindness to yourself and others. It's really not that hard. It's a mindset. It's a choice. So embrace whatever kind of life you want. And if you want to let your ego rule your life, embrace it. If you want to let your heart and soul rule your life, then you came to the right place. Because that's what we're talking about. Is setting the ego aside, tapping into our heart and soul, and letting it lead. Even if other people think you're crazy, even if other people don't understand, even if other people think that you're a conspiracy theorist, that you're delusional, that you're uninformed, that you're whatever. And I am not here to talk about vaccines, getting vaccinated or not, mask or not. It is your choice. What you believe, what you choose. It's up to you because this is your life. This is no one else's life. Do you understand that? This is your life. And it does not matter what anyone else says or thinks about how you live your life and the choices that you make. Because at the end of the day, all you truly have is you and your connection to God, to the divine, to the universe. Yes, we are connected to other people, absolutely. But it's time to be your own best friend. It's time to have your own back. It's time to be your own cheerleader. It's time to step forward and claim your incredible mastery, intelligence, power, and co-creative ability with God, with the divine. You, yes, you were given so many gifts and talents. You haven't even discovered them. And I don't care how old you are. You have not even discovered all of them yet. We are a work in progress. We are evolving. And we have to have challenges in order to help us move along our soul progression. And that's why we came here. That's why we took body of form. That's why we incarnated in this world on earth, was to remember who we are, Remember our magnificence. Remember our power. Remember that we are part of the divine, that we are connected, that we truly have within us all the answers if we listen, if we set our ego aside, if we connect in with our heart and soul, if we trust ourselves, trust our guidance. We all have angels and guides around us that are there to support us. The archangels and ascended masters are there to support. God, the universe, the divine is there to support. We can tap in to the mighty I am presence, the mighty I am knowledge. We truly can. We limit ourselves. We doubt ourselves. We doubt our inspirations. We doubt because we think that's silly. That's not going to take me anywhere. That's not going to make a difference. I'm never going to be successful at that. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. Learn. If you have an inspiration that's subtle, nudging to do something, to pick something up, to try something, to write a book, to play an instrument, to learn how to sing, to learn how to write a book, to write poetry, to write a blog, to be on a radio show and talk to people, whatever your inspiration, do it. Please do it. Why? Because the world needs you and you're being guided and nudged to step out there and share who you are with the world, because who you are is a beacon for other people. You become a light to lead the way for other people that are struggling. You inspire other people when you step forward authentically and be who you were meant to be. You give other people permission to be who they are authentically. You help other people awaken when you awaken, when you evolve, when you step forward, when you claim your power. You claim your mastery. You claim that you are part of the divine. You are magical. You can co-create anything that you set your mind on. We did not come here to suffer the way so many people are suffering. There's so much misinformation out there, and it's heartbreaking to me, which is why I'm so grateful to have found Sri and Kara, who are doing so much good in the world. And they aspire to create 100 points of light, outreach centers that do what they do all over the world. And I am hoping to be one of those. I don't know where that's going to be. I keep getting visions of it being near the ocean, which would not be in Montana because we don't have an ocean. So who knows? But I am trusting that I will be guided as to where that vision is going to come to life. I am trusting that what I'm supposed to do and who I'm supposed to collaborate with and who I'm supposed to interact with and inspire and be inspired by is going to come into my life. And that's happening. I was scared to death to come and do a radio program and put myself out there like this. And I have shared a lot of intimate details about the traumas in my life. And if you haven't seen some of my first couple of shows that tell my story of the sexual abuse, of the exorcism, of the intense and painful traumas that I went through watching my dad try to kill my brother when I was just a teeny tiny little girl. A lot of traumas. But I know there's other people that have been through similar things. And together we are better. And we don't have to let our past define our future. Please don't do that. You don't want to be judged based on your past mistakes, do you? No. So don't judge other people on their past mistakes. Let's believe in each other. Let's lift each other up. Let's cheer for each other. There is enough abundance in the world. No one out there is truly your competition, but your ego. The monkey mind, the circus that tells you you can't, and lists all these different reasons that are silly, but we believe them. Why do we believe a stranger or someone that hardly knows us when they condemn us, when they criticize us, when they put us down? Why do we believe them? Do they really matter in our life? No, they don't. But we allow it. We then give them power. We then give their words credit. I challenge you to stop doing that. I challenge you to stop giving other people power and influence over your life. I challenge you to work on recognizing when your ego has hijacked you with your emotions, when your ego has interfered and tried to convince you that you're not enough in some manner. You are enough. I have the gift of being able to see people's hearts and souls. I sense it energetically, and sometimes I actually see them and I can see different colors. But it's mostly that I sense it energetically. And I am grateful that I have that. And I love being able to sense your incredible beauty inside you and the huge potential that each one of you that is on this today, your potential. Every one of you has so much potential and so much to offer. Step forward. What are your dreams? Go back to, what did you want to do when you were a little kid? What did you want to be? Is it realistic? You might have to modify it, right? I wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Well, that's not going to happen at my age. I don't think they're hiring any 58-year-olds. And that's okay. But I can be a cheerleader for you. I can be a cheerleader for other people. I can encourage other people. And with my gifts of being able to tap into angels and guides and tap into people's energy for healing through Reiki and a basic energy balancing and doing intuitive psychic readings, I can still be a cheerleader for people and tell them all the amazing things that I see and get about them, and maybe help them figure out what they want to do, what they want to create, remembering a dream that they used to have about their life, a dream that they used to have that they wanted to do. So while I'm not, and I can't be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, I can be a cheerleader in my own life. I can be a cheerleader in all my clients' lives and in anybody that I interact with. Look for the good. Look for ways to cheer people on, to encourage other people. Set your ego aside. Don't be threatened by other people's success. Use it as inspiration and knowing and knowledge that if they can do it, so can you. You have all the tools. You have everything that you need within you. And if you need to learn something, if you need financing, if you need partners, whatever it is that you need, put it out there. Ask your angels and guide. Ask God for direction. Ask Him for guidance. Ask Him to help you move along your path and lead you to what is going to take you where you want to go, to create that dream that you have. This weekend, I am having a freedom party. My divorce is final. Yay! And it's not marriage bashing. It's not man bashing. I think men are fascinating, and I enjoy having male friends, and I enjoy interacting with them. Their brains work so differently than ours, than women's, and they're fascinating, and I enjoy interacting. It's a celebration of me creating a life I choose. I am grateful for my 26-year marriage. I am grateful for the abuse and challenges that I went through, for my ex-husband being who he is. He played his part perfectly. And if you step back and you think about everyone that you have the hardest time with in your life or have had, and you look back and you switch them from being the biggest pain in your butt to the biggest angel in your life, that puts a different perspective on it, right? Had my ex not been the person he was, not pushed me, not abused me, not challenged me, not cheated on me, I would have not learned my lessons and gotten the confidence and the knowing that I am worthy, that I didn't deserve that. I would not have learned, sorry, Marlo, I would not have learned those lessons. She's chiming in, saying yes. I would have not have learned those lessons, and I would not be sitting here today, because I would not be the strong person that I am. It's for our soul evolvement, and we came here with a plan. We came here with a mission. We came here with a desire to evolve our soul and to learn. And we have to go into the fire. We have to have challenges. We have to have things not go our way. We have to experience traumas. It builds compassion. It builds strength. It builds integrity. We learn what we like and don't like. And as long as we don't let our traumas and our past hold us back and limit us from being who we're supposed to be. As long as we don't get stuck in that victim triangle and never lift up and evolve out of that. Don't let your past dictate your future. I did that for many years. I thought I was where I was supposed to be. I was doing what my parents had conditioned me to do. Find a smart man, be a good wife, have kids, be as good of a mom as you possibly can, be very involved in their lives, and work really hard. And life will, it's a fairy tale, right? Happily ever after. That's not reality, is it? No, it's not. Relationships challenge us. Relationships are mirrors. And my ex was a perfect mirror. I did not value myself. I did not love myself. I did not think I was worthy of real love. I believed what they told me in the exorcism when I was 3. I believed I was damaged goods. I believed I was not good enough, that there was something wrong with me, that I must have the devil in me, and that made me not worthy. So I picked a man that abused me, that mirrored my inner thoughts of who I am. Now, none of that is true, but that's what I believed for so many years. I don't believe that anymore. I honestly can say I love myself. And most days, I'm not perfect, so sometimes I forget. But I try very, very hard to look myself in the eye every day and tell myself, I love you, and mean it. I challenge you to try that. When you first do it, it feels weird. When you first do it, it might feel not authentic, but keep doing it. Keep picking you. Keep picking you above anybody else. And society is going to tell you that you're selfish. And people that aren't used to you valuing you and putting yourself as a priority are going to have a fit. Be prepared. Get your armor of Christ, get your armor of God, get your armor of the universe, get your armor of love, not to fight, but to set your healthy boundaries around you from a place of loving yourself, of valuing yourself, of making yourself a priority, of making yourself important to you. You above everyone else deserves your love. Let me say that again. You above everyone else deserves your love. I know that goes against what society teaches us, that as parents, we should sacrifice everything for our kids and put our kids above us. We should put our partner above us. We should sacrifice everything for them to make them happy. What about you? Who makes you happy? Happiness is an inside job. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is your responsibility, no one else's. There is no one that can fill you. There's no person, place, thing, enough alcohol, drugs that can fill that hole of love that needs to come from within. Connect with God, connect with the divine, ask for help to learn how to love yourself if you don't know and if you struggle with that. Please reach out to me and I would gladly talk to you about that. I'll be your cheerleader. I'll tell you how magnificent you are. I'll tell you what I see. You are worthy. You are enough. And you deserve your love. And yes, Angela brought up a very good point. When the plane's going down, the parent is to do the responsible thing and put the oxygen mask on themselves first. Yes, it can be applied across the board, and that is exactly it. Parent yourself. Love yourself like you would your own child. What would you tell your child? If you look at your life, if you look at your situation, if you look at choices you have to make, imagine you were your own child. And what would you tell them? What would you recommend to them? Would you want them to stay in an abusive marriage for 26 years to save face with society? No. You want them to be happy, right? You deserve the same thing. And I'm not telling anybody to get divorced. That's not what I'm doing, okay? One of the most loving things you can do, not only for yourself, but for other people in your life, is to set healthy boundaries. One of the most loving things I did for my ex-husband was walk away, was get divorced. Why? Because I showed that I was important to me. And it's okay for him to be important to him. He has his own issues and his own struggles and his own reasonings for doing the behavior that he did. And he was conditioned, and he has traumas that he needs to deal with and overcome. But he was not facing any consequences for his behavior. I was letting it go, brushing it under the rug, putting on that pretend face that I was happy, everything was fine, being the Stepford wife, everything is perfect, we're good. When inside I was depressed and miserable and not happy. And so what did I do? I taught my kids that a dysfunctional relationship is the way to be, that a woman should put up with and tolerate and accept infidelity, emotional, mental abuse. If that's not a punch to the gut, I don't know what is. Having that realization that I taught my kids that. I don't want that for them. So why did I allow it for so long for myself? That's the gift of my ex-husband. And that's what I'm celebrating this Saturday, is I am free to be, do, and have any life I choose. To live life according to me, not anyone else. No matter how much I love someone else, no matter how much they want me to fit their box, their rules. The most loving thing I can do is live according to me. And that's what I'm celebrating. I am releasing self-limitations. I am releasing, in fact, it's called Break Out of the Box Freedom Party because that's what I'm doing. I am not living by society rules. I'm not living in that box of the expectations that was put on me by my family of origin. And God bless them. My parents are both gone. They're both who knows where. My mom is around still. I do communicate with my mom. She still comes and visits me, and I'm grateful for that. And I know she is cheering me on. I know she wants me to realize my magnificence and to claim my life for me and to do the work that I was put here to do, that I came here to do, to share my gifts and talents with the world in service. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we came to do, is to remember our magnificence, remember our mastery, remember who we are, rediscover our gifts and talents that we wanted to play with in this life. What an opportunity we have. And the beautiful thing about this life, until we're no longer here in this body of form, we can change like that. We can change that. We can change our attitude. We can change the direction. We can change our career. We can change the way we do anything. We can change the way we. Do you meditate? Do you tap in to your guides and angels, to the divine on a regular basis? And if not, why not? Are you tapped in? Sri and Kira? If not, please go check them out. It's SRINKIRA.com, triandkira.com. They have so much incredible information and support for helping people reawaken and ascend and create the life of their dreams. Is it easy? No. Is it worthwhile? Absolutely. When you can look within at your shadow side, at your weaknesses, at the places that you've made mistakes, and you can accept yourself fully and love yourself, that is true freedom. And then realize that you went through everything that you went through for a reason. For me, it was to help me build. I already am very sensitive to people's energy and intuitive and tap in. But for me, it was to give me even more compassion, even more insight into the suffering that happens in the world, so that I can be that cheerleader. I can be that place of support and encouragement. And because I've been there on so many levels. What are you struggling with? Saturday night, join me. Even though you can't be here in Montana where I'm having my party, I challenge you to write down Saturday night at some point before you go to bed. I want you to write down one limitation, self-limitation, one limiting belief that you want to break free of, that you want to transmute, that you want to cut out, not from a place of judgment, not from a place of condemning yourself, not from a shoulda, woulda, coulda place, from a place of love and knowing that that is no longer serving you. Create a life with rules that support and serve you. That's my challenge for you. That's what I'm doing. And I fall down. I have setbacks. I lose focus. I don't stay as committed. Steadfast commitment, complete trust, laser focus. I think those are some of the things Sri and Kara tell us. But that's okay, because I'm not perfect. But I can recognize I need to get back on that horse. I need to get back to focusing on doing my inner work so that I have even more to share, even more to give, even more to serve. Your presence today is powerful, and I feel it, and I appreciate it, because together we are better. And I want you to use this moon, this full moon in Aquarius that we just had. The energy is so present right now. Use it to show the world the real you. Step forward and be who you are supposed to be. And if you aren't clear on that, ask for guidance, ask for clarity. Book a session with Sri and Kara. Book a session with Jess, with Abby, with me, anyone that you feel called to. Get clarity. Know you are worthy. Know that you matter. Know that you are so valuable and so important. And if you want to do something to contribute, to help serve this world right now, look at something, the free clinic in Ecuador through Sri and Kara, where they give free medical clinic care to the local indigenous people that can't afford it. Or look at helping the waterbearers.org, where they give away filters. They're not expensive, but they are powerful because they help create clean drinking water. Too many places in this world do not have clean drinking water. Everyone deserves clean drinking water. I know you've heard me, if you've listened to any of my shows, I am a water girl and I promote water, and I'm all about drinking healthy, clean, mine is living water, electrolyzed, activated, hydrogen activated water. But drinking clean water, we're very fortunate in the US that we have such great access to this clean water. Go to the waterbearers.org. $5 is all it costs for a filter to change a family's life, to change a village's lives, to impact. They are doing such amazing things. Go check them out, waterbearers.org. So as our time is coming to a close, which it always goes so very fast, I have some guests coming up in September, and I will be back in Ecuador, live from Tosa Blue Mountain. So join me. I'll be here live next week. I'll be here live as long as I know. I'm planning on being here live, unless travel plans interfere. And I apologize for missing last week. I was flying and I was off on my time, and I tried to record video and had horrible internet connection that would not let me. At every turn, it would not let me. So please go have a fantastic weekend. Know that you are loved. Know that you matter. Know that you are enough. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to interacting with you again very soon. Know that I see you and you are incredible. I'm sending you so much light and love. I can't wait to see all the incredible things that you step forward with your gifts and talents. Thank you for being here. Love and blessings to each one of you. Namaste.